Hey everybody, it's Bridgette Dolgoff, 20 minutes with Bridgette. Hey, I've taken some time off doing the 20 minutes class, and I'm actually going to start doing it once a week. And I was going through a lot of stuff, so I had to kind of do that work and integrate it. And then, how does that look moving forward with everything that I'm doing? So what I decided is that I want to teach you a healing tool. Um, Probably more so than not, energetic medicine is kind of just what I'm good at, always have been good at. And I know so many different types of practices um, that, I think it would be beneficial to help people. So today we're going to talk about using, um, helpful animal helpers, insects, things like that. So we're going to move kind of more in that realm. And we're going to use, you could use like a butterfly if you wanted birds, or I think the whole bird visualization is pretty good, staying with, maybe like smaller birds. Um, in that kind of a category, maybe researching birds and like their esoteric meaning. For example, you know, um, robins, well, they're a very spring bird, right? They're a very spring medicine type bird. They also eat insects. That's something that we would like to maybe focus in on. And esoterically, it was said that the reason why the chest is red on the robin is because tried to pull the thorns out of Jesus's head when he was on the cross. So Um, that's a pretty kind of powerful esoteric, medicine also to be working with, right? Is this whole, um, you know, by the blood, it's kind of ritualistic, transformational. The intention is good to heal and to lessen suffering. So, um, you know, it's good to kind of figure out what kind of birds that you want to use. Like, for example, if I was dealing with some stuff that I needed with healing energy, I probably would go after owl, because owl can see in the dark and you can't hear owl. It's very stealth. So owl actually helps us to see what's hidden, lies, deception, of our own making and others. So that could be a really good thing to use, especially when we're in denial that, our health, we may know our health is bad, but we're doing nothing about it. So, yeah, so something, around those lines. So today we're just going to work with a simple tumor. Could be a cancer tumor, could be whatever kind of tumor that's internal in the body. Um, the other thing too is like, not only could you use it for you and your body, but energetically you could use it for, if you see trees that have big lumps on them and stuff like that, you can actually maybe go to that tree or lay in bed at night and visualize this healing, to other sentient beings as well, or people that you know. But it's always good to ask permission, right? Ask the tree permission. If it wants help or not, it'll let you know. And also ask the other person, make sure you ask them verbally and kind of explain to them maybe what you're going to do, but always heal yourself first, because your ability to heal is only as good as your healing, right? And working on yourself. Okay, so this practice is super easy. So you're gonna, have your flying animal, um, you know, whatever it's gonna be. Make sure you pick out something esoteric that's appropriate. And you pick out, maybe the bird eats worms or maybe it eats seeds. What do you want to see your tumor or cancer as, right? Um, and so basically what it's going to look like. So I'm just going to take in a couple deep breaths and we'll just kind of run through it really quick. So let's see. I may think that I do. I have a weird thing on my foot. It kind of sticks out a little bit on the back. Um, and it's a little bit harder. And since I don't know what it is, it kind of can fit into the tumor category. Could be a bone spur, could be, I'm not really sure, fat tissue, but it kind of is sticking out a little bit like a visible tumor. So that's where I'm going to focus. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in some deep breaths in the nose, out the nose, in the nose, out the nose. The other thing too is I'm going to bring forward all of my timelines and my mind, my emotions, my physical body, right, to now. And so the way that I do that is I can put like a giant ring or like mesh way back in a circular position. So past, present, past, future, on all of the planes, mental, emotional, physical, energetic. And then I bring it in, I close it in the circle until I can bring everything back here into the now in my vessel, because spontaneous healing comes from the right hemisphere. And that is the present moment. So I need to get myself collected. It's going to enclose and close and close and close and tighten until I'm like a unified system, that there's nothing stretched out any place in this particular moment, and it's all here. Let me take in a couple deep breaths, breathe in my nose, out my nose, in my nose, out my nose. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if you want protection at this point, that's up to you. I'm not going to add it in, but let me give you, for those that want to, protect yourself, let's give you a little, give yourself a little extra here. I call on a band of angels to encircle me with their blue flaming swords pointed inward. I call on another band of angels to encircle that band of angels with their blue flaming swords pointed outward. Okay, take in a deep breath and out and in and out. And I think I'm going to use, let me see. So I think what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a raptor, falcon, and to work on my little nodule on my foot, right? So this could be gone today. I could look back in on it. I could see that it's still there. It still needs work, especially the stuff that's kind of invisible. But it's good to check in every day until you know for sure visually in your inner self that whatever you've been working on is gone, right? 100%. Okay, so that's the best way to do. And also, I probably should disclose that, I'm not a physician. So, you know, you may actually want to consult a physician if you suspect you have a tumor or there's one visible, or you think there's one internally. Okay. All right. So back to what we're doing. excuse me, already have like energy clearing. Sometimes, also when you're clearing energy, you could burp a lot. Um, you could have, coughing. You could have lots of different stuff happen because the body of the diaphragm tries to open. And when you're in that calm parasympathetic state in the present moment, in that healing place, you can breathe really deeply, right? So sometimes the body has to actually help get rid of obstacles and blocks. I know somebody who used to fart a lot when they were clearing energy. So, it's just a weird thing, but it's better out than in, right? Okay, so I've got my falcon and I'm talking to my falcon right now. So whatever facilitator of healing that you're going to choose to use, bring that being forward. And then you're just going to communicate, like, whether you know or you don't know. If you don't know you have a tumor, you suspect maybe you have some tumors, you can feel one or whatever else, and communicate that to the being, like, so I need you to help me to figure it out if this is true or not true, and then help me with the healing process. All right, so now I'm just going to put my foot up in a good way, and then I'm just going to have the falcon work on that little area. Now, if you think that a tumor is more like a seed pod, or it's a clump, or it's worms, or whatever, that you're going to choose, or it's tissue, like, so a predatory bird could slowly pull that apart. You're just going to have your facilitator actually eat pieces of it. Sometimes it'll completely disappear in one setting, and then you come back and you look at it energetically tomorrow and it's still there. And you just keep working on it and working on it until you know for sure it's gone, 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 right? So I'm going to be looking at mine more as a tissue thing. And so I'm just going to allow the falcon to do the work that he needs to do, which is he's kind of like opening it up and taking a look at it, and then going in and working on it. So whatever you want to imagine that it is, a seed pod, and the bird takes the seed away, or a pocket of worms, or tissue, or whatever it is that you decide that is nicer for you, or more accepting or thorough. Okay, so the falcon's in there, and it's actually going in kind of pretty deep surgically, and then it's going to pull something out. Mm. And then so I'm just going to allow the bird to do the work that it's designed to do, because it's helping me to get rid of it, right? So just going to allow that process to happen, and it could last a long time. Sometimes the this kind of healing work is imaginary, and so it takes you a while to put the components together to be successful at it. But don't quit, right? Don't quit. Just stay with it, because it's this really beautiful, silent communication, with you and your energy body and your physical body and your mental body and your emotional body and your left hemisphere and your right hemisphere, so it makes it even powerful, because it unifies your hemisphere, because you need techniques, but then it's also in the present moment, in this subliminal area of the brain, the healing part, right? So the imagery. And you always want to do everything with, love and kindness towards yourself and others. All right. Uh, And sometimes you might see crazy stuff coming out. It's being pulled out and taken away. And when the bird leaves, it's done for the day, right? It's done for the day. So you can just close up energetically and then go back tomorrow when you have time and work on it. But stay committed, whether it's 4 months every day, it only takes a few seconds, right? And it can be very, very powerful. All right, we're almost there. Okay, breathe in your nose, breathe out your nose. Breathe in your nose, out your nose. All right. Now what I like to do is just imagine I'm sending energy from my hands to that spot and, pick a color. Any color will do. A lot of people like golden light or blue. Purple can be very good for healing as well. Could do like a mixture or a combo. I'm kind of using some gold and pink. I'm going to just pull that energy back, and then I'm going to take in a deep breath and out and in. And that's it. That's all you've got. And then I release the bands of angels, and that's it. And I get on with my day. All right. So 20 minutes with Bridgette Lynn Dolgoff, and have a great day. So hopefully I'll get the 20 minutes with Bridgette out either Saturday or Sunday. And I'm going to just be teaching a different type of healing, physical, mental, it'll cover a lot of different kind of bases. But that's, I think, originally what I really want to do with 20 minutes with Bridgette. And I want to get away from more of the educational stuff, and more to um, something you can do and you can control within your present moment, wherever you're at. And so that way you have better tools in your tool belt. Okay. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.